All right, well, today we're going to talk about strength training. I know I talk about it a lot. I sound like a broken record. I'm always saying strength training, but it's super important. It's something that really helped me turn around my weight loss. And so we're going to kind of go over the basics. We won't get into it to too much detail, but we'll talk about the benefits and kind of, why you should really start strength training. All right, so what is strength training going to do for you? Well, it's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you leaner. It's going to help build strong bones, so you have less falls and less risk of injuries on those falls. It's going to be heart health, raise your metabolism. It's also going to help, blood sugars and all those great benefits. And I can tell you, for me specifically, during my weight loss journey, the strength training has improved all those things. The other day, I was walking up the Y stairs, and I was dressed up as a hippie for Halloween, and I wore these boots. They're a little bit longer in the toe, and I just clipped the stair, and I was falling straight down to the stairs, and I just kind of did that fall up where you just kind of stumble up the stairs, but I never fell. So it's definitely helped my agility and recovering from that. Otherwise, I would have face planted pretty hard on those stairs. Now I'm going to link a couple of studies here, a couple of articles. Let's go over one from the Mayo Clinic real quick and go over kind of some of the finer points that they recommend. Here's a good article from the mayoclinic.org website titled "Strength Training Gets Stronger, Leaner, and Healthier." Talks about how strength training is an important overall fitness program. We want to reduce body fat, increase lean muscle mass, and burn calories more efficiently. They talk about use it or lose it. We lose our lean muscle mass with age, and when we're on fat loss phases, we want to replace that with muscle. We talked about developing strong bones, managing your weight, enhance your quality of life, manage chronic conditions, sharpen your thinking skills. Now, if you're new to strength training and it's difficult for you, you can start out with body weights, resistance tubings, free weights, barbells and dumbbells, weight machines. Those are all the machines you see at the YMCA, and the cable suspension training. Now, if you have a chronic condition, make sure you talk to your doctor and that you're healthy enough for strength training. Always warm up at least 5 to 10 minutes before you strength train. Make sure you carb up about an hour before. Always want to have carbs so you have an efficient workout. They talk about choosing a weight or resistance level that's heavy enough to tire you. We always call it, repetitions till failure, but here we're talking about just being tired. You're pushing your muscles just a little bit to where you maybe only have like 3 or 4 repetitions in the tank. So you pick a weight that you can do 12 to 15 repetitions. They're only talking about one set here. In future videos, we'll talk about multiple sets where we have a couple of warm-up sets and working sets. So we have one set here, 12 to 15 repetitions. It's a heavy weight. It's pushing us to where we only can do a few more reps, and that's going to be good enough to build muscle. Now you need to give your muscle time to recover, at least 1 full day. Try to separate your hard cardio and strength training by at least 6 hours. Be careful to listen to your body. If strength training causes pain, stop the exercise. Maybe it's time for a deload. Technique is extremely important. You'll have a much better workout if you've got good technique, so lighten up that load. You don't need to spend hours at the gym, maybe just 2 to 3 days a week, 20 or 30 minutes at a time. Make sure you get your 8K steps a day. Strength train and proper nutrition will complete the triangle. So let's talk about one of the major benefits of strength training, and that is in your weight loss. Now, something called NEAT and your TDEE, that's kind of like your total daily energy expenditure, and it's basically how many calories you burn every day. And so if you're at 2,000 calories a day on maintenance and you go into a calorie deficit on a fat loss phase, well, you're going to take out some calories. And for some people, those calories get kind of low, maybe in the 1,300, 1,400. So it makes you hungry. And so strength training over time is going to build more muscle, it's going to raise your metabolism, and it's going to let you eat more food. So, for every 5 pounds of muscle you put on, I think the average is an extra 50 calories burned a day at rest. So that's probably maybe 100 calories during all your activities during the day. So strength training is going to raise your metabolism. It's going to raise your maintenance calories, and then you'll be able to eat more. And then the cardio you're going to get in, that's great for your heart health and everything else. And then the nutrition, the better nutrition that you eat, you know, that's that triangle again. And it's all going to help you lose weight, you know, most efficiently. And, you know, you're not going to be as hungry. Who wants to be hungry? You know, not me. I don't go hungry very often on my fat loss phases. I'm eating my protein intake where I'm supposed to. I'm at my 0.7 grams per pound of ideal body weight per day. And yeah, sometimes I'll have a snack, maybe a little bit of beef jerky or a Laughing Cow cheese wedge at night before I go to bed. But in general, I'm not hungry all the time. I had gotten down to about 234 pounds and I just couldn't get any farther. You know, doing 12 to 14,000 steps a day, and it still wasn't working. And then I started changing out my nutrition, getting my protein intake, and I started strength training the right way. I wouldn't say I was doing it the wrong way, but I was just doing, you know, 3 sets of 10 or 14 on, you know, whatever machine I thought was good and I felt comfortable with. And I would slowly add weight to it, but I wasn't doing progressive overload. I wasn't doing repetitions till failure. And so once I started learning about, you know, the different muscles and the muscle groups and compound exercises and the different machines and what they do, and then I moved on to dumbbells and free weights, then I started, you know, figuring it out, and then I really saw a change. Really, you know, saw the muscle build up on my body and the fat loss that I had. Okay, so how do I assess my clients and how to get them started in strength training? You know, we kind of go over a little evaluation sheet and see what they've done in the past, what they've been successful with. And then we'll kind of go out and start on some machines, leg press, leg curl, leg extension. Might do, you know, for sure we're going to do chest press, lat pull downs, and then we'll kind of see where the weight's at. We're always going to start light, you know, 10, 20 pounds. Sometimes I'm surprised. I had a 97-year-old client. She was spectacular, man. She was doing 30 pounds on the chest press, you know, after a couple of warm-ups. And she was a hard-working farm girl, so I was really impressed. So you can strength train at any age. Don't let that deter you, for sure. So like in the article said, you know, even just one set, 12 to 15 reps, you know, that's a good start. It's all about getting started. You know, weight management, I call it a 3-sided triangle. You have good nutrition on one side, you have cardio on the other, you know, that's at 8K steps a day, and then you have strength training. And when you're missing a side, it's a little more difficult. So I know I repeat myself a lot, but I want to hit it home. A lot of people that I see online and I talk to, they're afraid to go to the gym. You know, various reasons. They never been there before. They're nervous. They don't want, you know, they're worried about what other people think. You know, those are the people, they're just thinking about their workout. And they're probably pretty friendly. And they'll answer any questions you have. So it's best just to go out, be yourself, get a good workout, get started. You know, like I mentioned, you want to do some kind of leg exercise, a chest exercise, arms, and some back, maybe some shoulders. You know, if you did some good dumbbell workouts, you can kind of get, you know, multiple muscles in there. It's all about getting compound exercises, full body compound exercises. Mike Israetel, as I think I mentioned, you know, I do his full body dumbbell workout. I just modified it a little bit. I have 3 sets instead of 2. I'll link that dumbbell workout in the description. Let's talk about the 2 types of resistance training or strength training. We have the strength training, and that's 3 to 5 reps and a heavy weight. So that's going to build a lot of strength. And then we have hypertrophy. Now the hypertrophy is the puffy muscles, you know, the weightlifter ones. Don't worry, it's going to take you a long time to get that big. And that is 6 to 30 reps and a much lighter weight. And that's going to help for people that have, you know, joint issues, tendon and muscle issues. So it's really good to be in the 12 to 15 rep range, especially when you're getting started. Well, we go make sure the doc says it's okay. And then if we not ready to go to the gym, not comfortable, work at home, get some dumbbells, get some elastic bands, and we do body weights, do some curls, some rows, and then practice progressive overload, where we're adding sets, reps, or weight over time. When I first started, I was doing, my dumbbells started at 15 pounds for my first warm-up, then it was 20 pounds for my second warm-up, and then 25 for my working set. Then after a year, and I was on 2 fat loss phases and 2 maintenance phases after that, I was up to 25, 30, and 35, and then for my flies and my pullovers, I was at 45 pounds. So just in that year, even on fat loss phases, you know, I added about, you know, anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds on my weights. So one thing I wanted to mention is, you know, if you're feeling sore or something's starting to hurt, take some time off. There's something called a deload, and when you're older, you want to deload every, you know, 4 to maybe 6 to 8 weeks. And if you're younger, you can go a little bit longer. I've talked about it before in a couple of past videos, but we don't want to get hurt. Strength training is great, provides numerous health benefits, but if you're hurt and you can't strength train, you know, you're not getting any of that. So listen to your body, and you know, it'll tell you when it needs to take a break. Now, another concept I want to kind of mention is the progressive overload, and that's where you're progressively overloading your muscles over time, and that just means you're working hard, and you're either increasing your reps, sets, or weight over time. I'll have some further videos going in a little bit more in depth into strength training, and we'll kind of go over, you know, all the rep ranges and working sets and weekly working sets, how you figure out your 1 rep max. That's a really good thing to know. But this, you know, this video is just kind of to get you motivated to start. That's the hardest part, starting your strength training journey. Strength training is hard. Not gonna lie, I hate it. I don't hate it, but you know, it's a lot of work, and I'd much rather be doing something else. But I take that hour out of my time about 3 days a week, and really, in the overall scheme of things, it's really not that long. You know, about maybe 5 hours a week I get in on strength training. My cardio takes longer than that on my walks. Quite beautiful out here. We're getting a little bit of the smoke from people's stoves and fireplaces. Really, in the summertime, this place is just jam-packed full of people. And you can see a little bit of the Olympic Mountains over there. So I'm gonna have a survey, and I'm kind of looking to see how many people are started strength training, are thinking about strength training, or doesn't even cross their mind. And if you have strength trained, you know, how's that change over time affected you? You feel better? You feel stronger? You know, have you like recently had a fall and, you know, you were nervous and thought that you'd be injured and it really wasn't too bad? So kind of let me know if you started strength training, thinking about it, and how it's been going. All right, well, I appreciate you stopping by and walking with me here on Hood Canal in Washington. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And we'll see you a little bit lighter and a little bit stronger.